Hi, Gemini. This is going to be your reading for the month of June going into July. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so everything may not apply. Roles also may be reversed. So the scenario that I give can be you playing out, or someone can be playing this scenario out to you, okay, or around you. This can also apply in other areas such as family, friendships, work. It doesn't have to be in love, okay, or in romance. So basically what I have for you, Gemini, I see a disappointment in your love life in some form. Let's start off with the coupled Geminis, because that's what I'm getting very strongly for the Geminis who are in relationships or loosely dealing with someone. I'm mostly getting that a lot of you are disappointed in the other person you're dealing with, or one of the other people you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be more than one, but just in case there is, one of them is disappointing you in a situation, right? I don't even think they have done anything to disappoint you directly, but I do feel like it was something that got back to you about this person, or has, like, something about something about what someone has said has kind of threw a wrench in the relationship, basically. And I don't think it's necessarily true, but I'm not completely sure. I'm mostly just seeing where it's kind of affecting you. Mostly what I'm kind of getting is that you may feel like this person is, for one, your support system. So two scenarios with the Geminis who are partnered with someone or loosely dealing with another person, right? Two different scenarios here. So one scenario I see where there's a disappointment within your love life, for the simple fact that I feel like some gossip has kind of gotten back to you about something that has kind of caught you off guard. So I feel like you're not sure how to proceed in this relationship, or how to move forward in this relationship. So I feel like you are kind of feeling like plans have halted in a sense. I feel like you're kind of frozen in fear in some way. I'm not sure in what way, but I feel like if you're afraid to move forward with a person, like say if you just met this person, or you're getting to know this person, and then you find out something, and even though you really like this person, you're trying to figure out if you are willing to move forward with this person. I was also getting something about maybe feeling like this person has probably used you in a situation. Maybe you feel used in some way, mainly for recognition. I feel like that's for a very small percentage of you. But maybe you feel, or this other person feels like you use them, or they have used you for some type of clout, some type of recognition. And so this has kind of left you a little confused, and you're not able to make a decision on how you want to proceed, because I feel like you do care about this person, or you do want to be with this person, but it's kind of made you fearful in moving forward into a solid relationship with this person, because you're not really too sure of their intentions for you anymore. And on top of that, I don't think the gossip that has came back, I don't feel like you know what to do with that information. You don't even know if it's true or not. So you're not really sure what to do. And I don't even think you're even trying to like bring it up, because I think you're also trying to avoid confrontation, right? And I feel like a lot of you also, especially if your relationship is public, I feel like a lot of you aren't necessarily trying to deal with it because you have like this public image already set in this relationship, and it kind of feels uncomfortable for you to kind of tear that down. So I feel like you're kind of at this crossroads of making a right decision, making a wise decision. And one of those decisions are whether to stay in this relationship and just move forward and move forward like this information has never gotten to you, or to just address it and deal with it and see what happens. But you're not too sure. For others of you, I feel like that the relationship has ended, or it's on the verge of ending. On one aspect, it has ended, but it hasn't fully you haven't fully separated from this person yet. So it's kind of like a slow ending for a lot of you. And I feel like you're starting to realize of how much support this person was to you. And so they may also feel used in a sense. So I feel like you're starting to realize like that this person was a support system. They did take care of you in a sense. They did do a lot for you. Maybe you were in this type of relationship where you felt like this person, maybe you criticize this person for not doing enough. And then within the separation, you're starting to realize how much this person actually did. You could be already dealing with somebody else, and you can just have this epiphany where you're realizing that your ex has done for you, and you probably criticize them for not doing. Or like I said, this could be vice versa, where the other person can be realizing that, right? Because I feel like since this separation, a lot of you have been kind of having a hard time adjusting. But I feel like despite that, you're still maintaining, you're still, you're not letting it get to you mentally or emotionally, at least on the surface. You're definitely carrying yourself well. But I definitely see where this relationship ending is kind of throwing a wrench in your plans, whatever that means, whatever plans that is. That's pretty much what I got, like throwing a wrench in your plans. Only you would really know. But I feel like a lot of you feel abandoned. I feel like a lot of you feel let down. And a lot of you are just trying to seek guidance and comfort at this moment. A lot of you were definitely unprepared for this ending because this kind of changes everything. Or not prepared, you're unprepared for the ending, but unprepared for the news. And this is kind of like hurting everything that you've built within this relationship, and you don't know where to move forward in this relationship. But on the positive end of that, I do see where a lot of you are actually in happy relationships and you're ready to move forward in this relationship. I feel like a lot of you are kind of like rushing into a relationship. Like you kind of made your mind up about a situation, or you made your mind up about a relationship, and now you're like rushing into it before it's too late. But as far as the advice go, especially if you're in a relationship, I feel like if you have gotten some bad news about this relationship or about this other person, or this other person has gotten bad news about you and maybe they have approached you about it, I feel as though it's best to just take it slow. Take it one day at a time. You don't have to necessarily break up with this person because you don't even know if this information is false or not. But I do feel like you should definitely make peace with it, especially if you want to be with this person. Like if you want to be with this person, make peace with it and let it go. Try to determine whether this situation is enough, or the information that you received is enough to tear down everything that you've built. Like, is this something that is worth tearing everything down for? I do feel like, though, that if something has came in, it might not even be information, but just a situation that has happened and it is basically inevitable for it to fall apart, I feel like you shouldn't force it. I feel like you should just pick up the pieces and move on. If this is something that is fixable and it's not that big of a deal, it's only, a big deal because of how you are feared it's going to be viewed by like other people, definitely just make the effort to make things right. I mean, if you are the one that did wrong, then you have to make the effort to make things right. If the other person is the one that did wrong, I feel like you have to kind of like have this discussion and try not to get offended or try not to take it to heart, because you're only hearing one side of the story, or you're only seeing one side of the story. So that's what I'm mostly getting with that. This reading is going to be very, very short. For my single Geminis, I don't even think a lot of you are single. I think a lot of you are kind of like dealing with someone. Don't have to be, but like kind of loosely dealing with someone, and you might have found out something about them. The advice I'm kind of getting is not to take it too seriously and kind of go with your gut. And this goes for all the Geminis. Don't take it too seriously. Go with your gut and make peace with whatever you found out. Especially if you want to be with this person, if you care about this person. Now, if you feel that the reputation is worth more than your own actual happiness, then, you know, that is your choice. Because I feel like a lot of you know already the truth or know the situation, and the advice is to kind of like go with that. And if the truth is that you love this person and that you care about this person and they make you happy, go with that. But if the truth is that you know, you knew all along that this was going on, or whatever came back to you, or whatever you found out was what you knew all along, then it's time to separate yourself. I'm also getting something with weed. Like if you smoke weed, you might want to give that up for the time being, because it's clouding your judgment. It's making, it might be making you a little paranoid. You might overthink a lot. So you might want to cut back, as well as, if, you know, alcohol, if that's what you consume too. Any type of like drugs or alcohol, you might want to cut back, because it's causing you to be a little paranoid or overthinking the situation a little too much. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope this helps, and I will see you next time.